1990, Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves is a 1990 American epic Western film starring, directed, and produced by Kevin Costner in his feature directorial debut. It is a film adaptation of the 1988 novel Dances with Wolves by Michael Blake, that tells the story of Union Army Lieutenant John J. Dunbar, Costner, who travels to the American frontier to find a military post and who meets a group of Lakota. It was a box office hit, grossing $424.2 million worldwide, making it the fourth highest grossing film of 1990 and is the highest grossing film for Orion Pictures. The film was nominated for 12 awards at the 63rd Academy Awards and won 7 awards including Best Picture, Best Director for Kevin Costner, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, Best Original Score and Best Sound Mixing. The film also won the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture, Drama. It is one of only 4 westerns to win the Oscar for Best Picture, the other 3 being Cimarron, 1931, Unforgiven, 1992, and No Country for Old Men, 2007. 1991, The Silence of the Lambs. The Silence of the Lambs is a 1991 American psychological horror thriller film directed by Jonathan Demme, adapted from Thomas Harris's 1988 novel. It stars Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling, a young FBI trainee who is hunting a serial killer named Buffalo Bill, Ted Levine, who skins his female victims. To catch him, she seeks the advice of the imprisoned Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins, a brilliant psychiatrist and cannibalistic serial killer. It grossed $272.7 million worldwide on a $19 million budget, becoming the 5th highest grossing film of 1991 worldwide. It premiered at the 41st Berlin International Film Festival where it competed for the Golden Bear, while Jonathan Demme received the Silver Bear for Best Director. It became the 3rd and most recent film, the other 2 being 1934's It Happened One Night and 1975's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, to win Academy Awards in the 5 major categories: Best Picture, Best Director for Jonathan Demme, Best Actor for Anthony Hopkins, Best Actress for Jodie Foster, and Best Adapted Screenplay. It was the first, and to date only, horror film to win Best Picture. 1992, Unforgiven. Unforgiven is a 1992 American revisionist Western film produced and directed by Clint Eastwood. It stars Clint Eastwood himself as William Money, an aging outlaw and killer who takes on one more job years after he turned to farming. It grossed over $159 million on a budget of $14.4 million and received widespread critical acclaim with praise for the acting, particularly from Eastwood and Hackman, directing, editing, themes and cinematography. The film won 4 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director for Clint Eastwood, Best Supporting Actor for Gene Hackman and Best Film Editing for Joel Cox. Clint Eastwood was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance but lost to Al Pacino for Scent of a Woman. The film was the 3rd Western to win Best Picture following Cimarron, 1931, and Dances with Wolves, 1990. 1993, Schindler's List. Schindler's List is a 1993 American epic historical drama film directed and produced by Steven Spielberg. It is based on the historical novel Schindler's Ark, 1982, by Thomas Keneally. The film follows Oskar Schindler, a German industrialist who saved more than 1,000 mostly Polish, Jewish refugees from the Holocaust by employing them in his factories during World War II. It was a box office success, earning $322.2 million worldwide on a $22 million budget. It was nominated for 12 awards at the 66th Academy Awards and won 7 awards including Best Picture, Best Director for Steven Spielberg, Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, Best Original Score for John Williams, Best Art Direction and Best Adapted Screenplay. The film won numerous other awards including 7 BAFTAs and 3 Golden Globes. 1994, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is a 1994 American comedy-drama film directed by Robert Zemeckis, an adaptation of the 1986 novel by Winston Groom. The screenplay of the film is written by Eric Roth. It stars Tom Hanks in the title role, alongside Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, Michael T. Williamson and Sally Field in lead roles. The film follows the life of an Alabama man named Forrest Gump, by Tom Hanks, and his experiences in the 20th century United States. The film was a major success at the box office. It became the top-grossing film in the United States released that year and earned over $678.2 million worldwide during its theatrical run, making it the 2nd highest-grossing film of 1994 behind The Lion King. The soundtrack sold over 12 million copies. Forrest Gump won 6 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director for Robert Zemeckis, Best Actor for Tom Hanks, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Visual Effects and Best Film Editing. It received many award nominations including Golden Globes, British Academy Film Awards and Screen Actors Guild Awards. 1995, Braveheart. Braveheart is a 1995 American epic historical war drama film directed and produced by Mel Gibson, who portrays Scottish warrior William Wallace in the First War of Scottish Independence against King Edward I of England. The story is inspired by Blind Harry's 15th-century epic poem The Acts and Dédis of the illustre and valiant champion Sir William Wallace and was adapted for the screen by Randall Wallace. Braveheart was a critical and commercial success, receiving praise for its battle scenes, production design, musical score and acting performances. Though it received some criticism for its historical inaccuracies, the film also garnered numerous awards including the Academy Award for Best Picture, Best Director for Mel Gibson, Best Cinematography, Best Makeup and Best Sound Effects Editing. A legacy sequel, Robert the Bruce, was released in 2019. 1996, The English Patient. The English Patient is a 1996 epic romantic war drama film directed by Anthony Minghella from his own script based on the 1992 novel by Michael Ondaatje. The eponymous protagonist, a man burned beyond recognition who speaks with an English accent, recalls his history in a series of flashbacks, revealing to the audience his true identity and the love affair in which he was involved before the war. The film received 12 nominations at the 69th Academy Awards, winning 9 awards including Best Picture, Best Director for Anthony Minghella and Best Supporting Actress for Juliette Binoche, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Best Original Dramatic Score and Best Sound. It was also the first to receive a Best Editing Oscar for a digitally edited film. Ralph Fiennes playing the titular character and Kristen Scott Thomas were Oscar-nominated for their performances. The film also won 5 BAFTA Awards and 2 Golden Globes. 1997, Titanic. Titanic is a 1997 American epic romantic disaster film directed, written, co-produced and co-edited by James Cameron, incorporating both historical and fictionalized aspects. It is based on accounts of the sinking of RMS Titanic in 1912. The film stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet as members of different social classes who fall in love during the ship's maiden voyage. It was nominated for 14 Academy Awards and won a record-tying 11 awards including Best Picture and Best Director for James Cameron, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Best Original Dramatic Score for James Horner, Best Original Song, Best Sound, Best Sound Effects Editing and Best Visual Effects. Tying Ben-Hur, 1959, for the most Academy Awards won by a film, with an initial worldwide gross of over $1.84 billion, Titanic was the first film to reach the billion-dollar mark. Income from the initial theatrical release, retail video and soundtrack sales and U.S. broadcast rights exceeded $3.2 billion. It was the highest-grossing film of all time until Cameron's next film Avatar, 2009, surpassed it in 2010. A number of re-releases have pushed the film's worldwide theatrical total to $2.264 billion, making it the second film to gross more than $2 billion worldwide after Avatar. 1998, Shakespeare in Love. Shakespeare in Love is a 1998 period romantic comedy film directed by John Madden. The film depicts a fictional love affair involving playwright William Shakespeare, by Joseph Fiennes, and Viola Delaware Lesseps, by Gwyneth Paltrow. During the writing of Romeo and Juliet, several characters are based on historical figures and many of the characters, lines, and plot devices allude to Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare in Love received acclaim from critics and was a box office success, grossing $289 million worldwide and becoming the 9th highest grossing film of 1998. The film ultimately won a leading 7 Oscars out of 13 nominations at the 71st Academy Awards. Best Picture, Best Actress for Gwyneth Paltrow, Best Supporting Actress for Judi Dench, Best Screenplay written directly for the screen, Best Original Musical or Comedy Score, Best Art Direction and Best Costume Design. Film won 3 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy and Best Actress, Motion Picture Comedy or Musical for Gwyneth Paltrow, 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards, Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture and Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role for Gwyneth Paltrow, and 4 British Academy Film Awards, including Best Film. 1999, American Beauty. American Beauty is a 1999 American psychological dark comedy drama film directed by Sam Mendes in his feature directorial debut. Academics have described the film as satirizing how beauty and personal satisfaction are perceived by the American middle class, Further analysis has focused on the film's explorations of romantic and paternal love, sexuality, materialism, and self-liberation. It was the second best-reviewed American film of the year behind being John Malkovich and grossed over $350 million worldwide against its $15 million budget, becoming the ninth highest-grossing film of 1999. DreamWorks launched a major campaign to increase American Beauty's chances of Oscar success following its controversial Best Picture snub for Saving Private Ryan. 1998, the previous year. At the 72nd Academy Awards, the film won 5 Oscars including Best Picture, along with Best Director for Sam Mendes, Best Actor for Kevin Spacey, Best Original Screenplay for Alan Ball and Best Cinematography for Conrad Hall. 2000, Gladiator. Gladiator is a 2000 epic historical drama film directed by Ridley Scott and written by David Franzoni, John Logan and William Nicholson from a story by Franzoni. The screenplay, initially written by Franzoni, was inspired by the 1958 Daniel P. Mannix novel Those About to Die. The script was acquired by DreamWorks Pictures and Ridley Scott signed on to direct the film. The film grossed $465 million worldwide, becoming the second highest-grossing film of 2001. 5 Academy Awards including Best Picture and Best Actor for Russell Crowe, Best Costume Design, Best Sound and Best Visual Effects. It received favorable reviews upon release and is considered one of the best and most influential films of the 21st century. A sequel, Gladiator 2, was released in November 2024. 2001, A Beautiful Mind. A Beautiful Mind is a 2001 American biographical drama film directed by Ron Howard, based on a screenplay by Akiva Goldsman, who adapted the 1998 biography by Sylvia Nassar. The film about the mathematician John Nash, a Nobel laureate in economics and played by Russell Crowe. The story begins in Nash's days as a brilliant but a social mathematics graduate student at Princeton University. After Nash accepts secretive work in cryptography, he becomes liable to a larger conspiracy and begins to question his reality. It received generally positive reviews and went on to gross over $313 million worldwide and won 4 Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Director for Ron Howard, Best Supporting Actress for Jennifer Connelly and Best Adapted Screenplay for Akiva Goldsman. 2002, Chicago. Chicago is a 2002 American musical black comedy crime film directed by Rob Marshall with directorial debut and also choreographed the film. It is based on the 1975 stage musical, which in turn originated in the 1926 play and was adapted by screenwriter Bill Condon with music by John Kander and lyrics by Fred Ebb. It explores the themes of celebrity, scandal and corruption in Chicago during the Jazz Age. The film was the 10th highest-grossing film of the year domestically in the United States. Chicago went on to win 6 Academy Awards in 2003 including Best Picture, making it the first musical to win Best Picture since Oliver. In 1968, for her performance, Catherine Zeta-Jones won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, the British Academy Film Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role and the Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Supporting Actress. Renee Zellweger won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Comedy or Musical and Richard Gere won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. 2003, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. It is a 2003 epic high fantasy adventure film directed by Peter Jackson from a screenplay he wrote with Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens. It is based on 1955's The Return of the King, the third volume of the novel The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, the sequel to 2002's The Lord of the Rings. The Two Towers. The film is the third and final installment in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It grossed over $1.1 billion worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing film of 2003, the second highest-grossing film of all time during its run. The film received numerous accolades at the 76th Academy Awards. It won all 11 awards for which it was nominated including Best Picture, Best Director for Peter Jackson. The first fantasy film to do so and tying with 1959's Ben-Hur and 1997's Titanic as the movie with the most Academy Award wins. It also became the second film series whose entries have all won Best Visual Effects after the original Star Wars trilogy. 2004, $1 Million Baby. $1 Million Baby is a 2004 American sports drama film directed, co-produced, scored by and starring Clint Eastwood. It is based on stories from the 2000 collection Rope Burns, Stories from the Corner by FX Tool, the pen name of fight manager and cutman Jerry Boyd, and also stars Hilary Swank and Morgan Freeman. It received critical acclaim and was also a commercial success, grossing $216.8 million worldwide against a $30 million budget. The film garnered 7 nominations at the 77th Academy Awards and won 4 awards: Best Picture, Best Director for Clint Eastwood, Best Actress for Hilary Swank and Best Supporting Actor for Morgan Freeman. The National Board of Review and the American Film Institute named $1 Million Baby one of the top 10 films of 2004. It has since been cited as one of the best films of the 2000s, the 21st century and of all time. 2005, Crash. Crash is a 2004 crime drama film directed by Paul Haggis, who co-wrote the screenplay and produced the film with Robert Moresco, a self-described passion piece for Haggis. The film features racial and social tensions in Los Angeles and was inspired by a real-life incident in which Haggis's Porsche was carjacked in 1991 outside a video store on Wilshire Boulevard. The film was a success at the box office, earning $98.4 million worldwide against its $6.5 million budget. Matt Dillon received nominations for Best Supporting Actor from the Academy Awards, BAFTA, Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild. The film received 6 Academy Award nominations and controversially won 3 awards: Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay for Paul Haggis and Robert Moresco and Best Film Editing at the 78th Academy Awards. It was also nominated for 9 BAFTA awards and won 2 for Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actress for Thandai Newton. 2006, The Departed. The Departed is a 2006 crime thriller film directed by Martin Scorsese and written by William Monahan. It is both an English-language remake of the 2002 Hong Kong film Infernal Affairs and also loosely based on the real-life Boston Winter Hill Gang. The Departed was a critical and commercial success, grossing $291.5 million on a budget of around $90 million and receiving acclaim for its direction, performances, particularly of DiCaprio, Nicholson and Wahlberg, screenplay and editing. It won several accolades, including 4 Oscars at the 79th Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Director for Martin Scorsese, his only personal Oscar win to date, Best Adapted Screenplay for William Monahan and Best Film Editing for editor Thelma Schoonmaker. The film also received 6 nominations each at the 64th Golden Globe Awards, winning 1, and the 60th British Academy Film Awards. 2007, No Country for Old Men. No Country for Old Men is a 2007 American neo-western crime thriller film written, directed, produced and edited by Joel and Ethan Coen. It is based on Cormac McCarthy's 2005 novel. The film revisits the themes of fate, conscience and circumstance that the Coen brothers had explored in the films Blood Simple, 1984, Raising Arizona, 1987, and Fargo, 1996. The film became a commercial success, grossing $171 million worldwide against a budget of $25 million. The film won 76 awards from 109 nominations from multiple organizations. It won 4 awards at the 80th Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay for Joel and Ethan Coen and Best Supporting Actor for Javier Bardem, 3 British Academy Film Awards, BAFTAs, and 2 Golden Globes. It is one of only 4 Western films ever to win the Academy Award for Best Picture, the others being Cimarron in 1931, Dances with Wolves in 1990 and Unforgiven in 1992. 2008, Slumdog Millionaire. Slumdog Millionaire is a 2008 British drama film directed by Danny Boyle that is a loose adaptation of the novel Q&A, 2005, by Indian author Vikas Swarup. It narrates the story of 18-year-old Jamal Malik from the Juhu slums of Mumbai. Accused of cheating, he recounts his life story to the police, illustrating how he was able to answer each question. Starring Dev Patel in his film debut as Jamal and filmed in India. It was nominated for 10 Academy Awards in 2009 and won 8 awards, the most of any 2008 film, including Best Picture, Best Director for Danny Boyle and Best Adapted Screenplay for Simon Beaufoy, Best Cinematography for Anthony D.O.D. Mantle, Best Film Editing for Chris Dickens, Best Original Score for A.R. Rahman. It won 7 BAFTA awards including Best Film, 5 Critics' Choice Awards and 4 Golden Globes. However, reception in India and among Indian diaspora was mixed, and the film was the subject of controversy over its depiction of poverty in India and other issues. The Hindustan Times called it an assault on Indian self-esteem. 2009, The Hurt Locker. The Hurt Locker is a 2008 American war action thriller film directed by Catherine Bigelow and written by Mark Boal. The film follows an Iraq War explosive ordnance disposal team who are targeted by insurgents and shows their psychological reactions to the stress of combat. Mark Boal drew on his experience during embedded access to write the screenplay. The film was nominated for 9 Academy Awards and won 6 awards including Best Picture, Best Director for Catherine Bigelow and Best Original Screenplay for Mark Boal. It was the first Best Picture winner to have been directed by a woman, and the film grossed $49.2 million worldwide.